And I feel really lucky to visit this tree a second time. I've had the good fortune to go into several of Tasmania and Australia's largest and tallest trees, and they're really spectacular because they're individuals. Each one has its own life history, in the same way that our human villages have older people, younger people, people with different shapes, and people with different life histories. Similarly, these forests also have different life histories and different individuals. So you can find lots of surprises as you walk around and look at the form of these trees. It's a surprising patch of forest to be so close to an Australian capital city. Where we are right now is not too far from one of the major trails, but nobody ever comes up here. It's just a patch of forest, and unless you went looking for them, you'd never find these giant trees. So these trees, they really promote wildfires. Aromatic essential oils in the leaves, they catch fire really easily, and they help this eucalyptus fulfill its life strategy of destroying everything so that its children can grow up in a clear, open environment. Much of the forest on the mountain dates back to the 1967 bushfire. We're very close to the 50th anniversary of that, so it's really, really exceptional to be able to look and see how much has happened since then and try and use that event to help us figure out what's going on in this forest and in this particular tree. Well, here we are. We finally made it to the top of the gum tree, and the branches are sturdy and solid, and it's as good of a tree climbing as you could ever ask for. There's a little bit of wind, but it's not too much of a concern. This tree survived many, many worse storms and certainly a bit of snow and lightning in its day. One of the wonderful things about being up this high is that we can finally get a sense of our surroundings. I can see from here, and so can you, a bunch of gum trees in the tops at different levels of health. There's some dark stringy barks with brown trunks that are pretty old and are starting to lose some of their uppermost branches and are in a bit of decline. There's a few other Eucalyptus regnans, which you can look around and recognize by the creamy upper bark, just like this one. But those trees don't seem to be as dominant or as healthy as this one. The one we're in really is the monarch of this part of the forest. Maybe one day I'll set up a hammock and hang out in this tree overnight. But I think for now it is probably time to head on down before the sun goes too low. Okay, here we go.